YouTube?
Or go to YouTube, yeah, on Brown Duke Gun Show.
Here we go, upcoming.
So, is it not working yet?
Oh,
there
yeah.
it is. Oh, look at that.
Cool.
Yeah, on Brown Duke Gun. Okay,
Excellent.
well, very good. And we have audio, so
Yep.
Awesome. Well, dude, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
So yeah, thank you. This is a chance for me to get tested with the setup for SHOT Show, like we talked about. SHOT Show's
coming up in
2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, yep.
Yeah.
Not next week, but the week after. So
Yeah.
we'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, and so if you listen to the background, we've got the Thursday match going on. If you're not here shooting the Thursday match, you should be here next week shooting the Thursday match. Something you should put on your bucket list for the new year if you've never shot practical shooting before. Get out here, come to Sentry, do it. It's a great time.
We have, I think, like 28 shooters today.
Something like that, yeah.
I think we were full.
Yeah. So, and I think this coming Sunday we're having a classifier match.
Yeah.
So that's that's going to be a good one for everybody. We are starting to shoot classifiers again. To save everybody all the I guess the long story. We have decided as a club to shoot classifiers on Sundays. We're going to do 6 classifiers every second Sunday of the month, at least for the first 6 months of the year. So if you're looking for a classifier match, you're here in Louisiana, just come on down, plan to come down. Our match starts at 3 o'clock on the second Sunday, and we'll have at least 6 classifiers for you. So that's it. That's what I know from a club perspective. What's going on for SHOT? I haven't talked to you guys since Christmas.
So. Yeah, we have a couple meetings set up for SHOT Show, but we'll get there on Sunday. There's the range day on Monday. We're going to be over there. We'll start doing some advertising, or I guess posting some stuff on social media to see what's new. And if we get to shoot any cool guns that's there, we'll definitely keep y'all updated with it. And then the show starts on Tuesday all the way to Friday, and so we'll start posting stories and different things and stuff that we think that's cool. But if there's anything that's over there that you want us to go and check out and want our opinion on it, go ahead and comment on Sentry Defense, send me an email, or post on social media on Sentry Defense's Facebook or Instagram account, and that way I can see it, and we'll go and make our way to that booth if we can and check it out, whatever you want us to check out.
Sure. Yeah, and the Brown Duke Gun Show will be streaming live as much as we can, at least for the first day, potentially the first night, and maybe the morning of the second day, just depending on travel schedules. And ideally, maybe I can do some streaming during the range day, if we can get in on the range day.
That'd be really cool.
So that'd be cool. It'd be really loud. Probably be like this.
Yeah.
Just a little bit louder, but it'll be outdoors. So
yeah, outdoors. And it might have like a silencer area. I'm sure like silencer code and stuff will be there.
That'd probably be the good place to be.
Yeah, we can be up there with mics.
For sure. And I think we're going to try to get at least some of our buddies, Max, JJ, hopefully we can get Casey, Jesse, some of those folks, some of the USPSA folks out to talk to us. If, like you said, if there's anybody that you'd like for us to try to get on the show, just let us know, let Brandon or myself know. We'll try to get them lined up and try to get a schedule out there. As of right now, we don't have really any sort of schedule. We're going to try to be really ad hoc. It is going to be Mountain Time, I believe, if not Pacific Time.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little later than our, than Central Time here, what you guys are used to. But that's okay.
I know for sure Max said he's going to be there, so he'll come and do a interview. I don't know if Morgan's going to be there with Glock.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, that'd
maybe
be
if she's there. But Max Michelle with SIG, JJ with Beretta, he'll come and do one. And then Casey and Jesse with Staccato.
Yeah. So cool. So, since this is our New Year's show, I guess the first thing I need to ask you, we haven't talked about this yet. What are your do you have match plans this year? I saw that they're having Dragon again.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
May.
Marco texted me this morning, but he didn't tell me anything about dragons. But,
oh, really? Okay.
He was asking about rifles. But
gotcha.
Yeah, I'll definitely shoot it if they have it.
Yeah.
Dragons, and hopefully I'll start shoot some more matches. This past year I didn't shoot that many, but this year hopefully I'll start shooting some more, especially later on in the year.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna shoot Open Gun Nationals.
Yeah, that's in Utah. I want to shoot that one too.
I'm gonna shoot that one too.
Yeah,
for sure. Maybe Carry Optics Nationals, possibly. Just depends on what time it is. If I can get the guns in.
Get it, yeah.
Yep.
What you gonna shoot? SIGs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 320s, and then Dragons Cup for sure. I'm sure Area 4. whenever that's going to be.
Yeah.
Gator's going to happen this year.
I saw that. It's going to happen
November.
Okay, yeah. So that's perfect.
Yep.
That could be our club match then.
It could be.
Bring everybody.
I already told him that we're going to have a squad, so he's holding us a squad.
Oh, perfect. Then we just need, and it's going to be at Jerry's, right?
Yeah, Jerry's range.
Yeah. So we'll get an Airbnb and do the whole thing. So that'll be good.
Yeah, I'll probably shoot that one, and then other than that, I don't have really anything else. But
yeah, I thought
those matches.
Until I saw that Dragon was going to happen, I kind of penciled in Area 4, Nats, and Arkansas section.
Yeah, I like Arkansas.
Yeah, but Arkansas is happening at a different range than the Old Fort Gun Club this year. So I don't know where it'll be, but now that we have Gator, then I might bail on Arkansas. I don't know yet.
Yeah,
Arkansas was a fun match. It's always a fun match, but
it's probably like the other one, the one that's in the mountains, or the hills,
Yeah.
That's when it was 2 years ago.
Sure. Yep. So, but yeah, either way, that's always a good one. So. I think that's kind of what it's looking like. With kids now and activities and stuff, I think a lot of my midsummer matches are gone.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they have a lot of matches like at the end of the year. Like towards the end of the year. That'd be ideal.
So for sure. Well, I mean, now that they're having Gator, I think that would be that'd be a good way to end the year. November match. That would be good. I wish I could get out to. They're having. I think it's next week or something. Or maybe it's the week after SHOT. The U.S. Extreme Challenge over in Florida.
Yeah.
The 31 stager or whatever.
That one looks really fun.
That one too, but it's like I can't do it right after SHOT. She has. My daughter has gymnastics. So
they had a Puerto Rico match too. That was in like a week after SHOT.
Yeah.
And there's no way I can make that, but that would have been fun.
Our buddies from Houston, Edwin and them, they were actually texting about. I asked them about Dragon. They're like, yeah, in 100% on Dragon. And then one of the guys, I think. It may have been Dwayne or Edwin. He said, "But wait, the Puerto Rico match, the Puerto Rico Open, is that same week as Dragon."
Oh, really?
So they're all thinking about actually going to Puerto Rico instead.
I really want to go shoot a match over there.
Yeah,
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, we got to get Blake to take us out on his boat.
That's right.
So, but I mean, to me, it's like if they're gonna have Dragon, I support Marco. I want to go support Marco and
I always like that match. It's always like the best match of the year.
Sure, yeah. That's the only thing that I don't like about it being in May is that I won't have any time to train up for it.
Yeah,
I'll be a show up and shoot kind of match. And look, Dragon is not the match to show up and shoot.
No,
no. So I might not even shoot open,
especially mentally.
Yes, yeah. I might shoot some, I might shoot limb ops or something at that. Since
something different.
Like I can't. To me, it's like if I can't train up, then I don't want to shoot open. Yeah. So
if it's in May though, there's probably gonna be a lot of people shooting carry optics because carry optics
mats. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. But at the same time, it's like, man, if I'm going to shoot a major, I want to shoot open.
Yeah, same way.
So when's carry out mats?
I think it's in June.
In June?
Yeah, okay. I think it's in June again.
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to be I think we're going to be in Michigan sometime in June. So I was going to try to catch a local match up there.
Yeah.
Katie's family wanted to go, have the family go up to spend a week in Michigan or something like that. So I scoped out a couple of locals. They're not having a state match when we're there, but we'll go check out the local clubs and see how that goes.
It'll be fun. So, like we did in Houston that one time.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's what shooting looks like this year. What's range stuff look like this year?
So we got some new lockers. I don't know if you can see them behind you. So that's our new addition for Sentry Defense. We have only 12 of them right now, and we might add another 12 possibly later on in the year, but they're going to be a limited amount. That's probably the only amount that we're going to have, and they're only available to members. Okay. So you have to be a Sentry Defense member to have one, and you can rent it out for the whole year and keep all your stuff here. So
nice.
It was always like good for us, right? Like I always have all my stuff over here, so I never have to forget it. So I was like, man, other people must like this, right? Like they would want to do that. And sure enough, as soon as we post them, I think we have like half of them sold already. So
well, a lot of times when I go to a match that's not here, I have to stop by here to get all my stuff.
To get all my stuff, I'm the same way. Yeah. So it's like this is perfect. So you can rent a locker and have all your stuff here, shooting gear, eye and ear protection, extra ammo, tape and all that stuff. You can store inside your locker. That way you have everything here in case you forget anything.
Yeah, what's the grip?
Pro grip.
Pro grip.
Yep.
You know what I started thinking about actually on the off season was, what about smelling salts before a stage? Do some smelling salts before a stage.
We can try it.
Yeah. Well, you
Might
know,
as well.
that's if we shoot dragon and I'm not trained up, that might be what I do.
Yeah.
Do a hit of smelling salts right before.
We probably need something to just stay up in the heat.
Oh, that's true.
The heat's so bad.
You think it's gonna be hot?
I don't know.
It wasn't bad in April.
That place is a desert, so like, there's times where it's super hot, 100 degrees, like last year, or last time we shot it. The day before was 100 degrees, and then that dust storm came in, and it was like 30 degrees the next day.
Yeah.
Like, it was miserable. That was the worst weather I've shot in ever.
Oh, dude, because I shot it
so cold and wet.
I made the mistake of shooting it in one day, you know, and that was gross because it was like hot.
It was hot,
and then we were literally dying. I thought, and then you guys shot the next day, and then because we left. Like, we flew out when you guys were shooting, and then we saw the dust storm coming in. It was like, oh my gosh, like what the heck is going on?
It was so bad. Like, they've had other matches where it's like the same temperature and it's not as bad because like not all the other environments, but like it was just wet. Like everything was damp and it was miserable.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Oh, that's no good. That's no good.
But it is what it is. Everybody got to deal with it, you know.
Oh yeah, well, and that's the thing though. It's like it's the best match of the nation. That's what you do. Like, everybody was there. Everybody's also there. So. You know, and Marco and Billy, they do a great job. The stages are awesome. You know, there's food.
Yeah, there's food.
You know, I'm not committing you to this, Marco and Billy, but last time there was food. You know, and it was the right food.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, you know, because I love the barbecue when people have barbecue, and I love the burgers and whatever. But it's like, no, they thought about the shooter, and I was like, no, these are sandwiches. They're wrapped up. You don't have to get your hands all, you know, your dirty hands all over your food. And
it's not overfilling,
light. It was light. It was good.
Yep.
So they thought about it. They pretty well thought about everything.
Yeah.
So anyway,
they usually do a pretty good job.
I always talk about shooting matches. So we're talking about Sentry's plans for Sentry. We do have the lockers.
Yep.
You know, and I think we
have new shirts. We have new merchandise. Yeah. So we got 4 different colors of like the same logo, and then we have another logo of the Shane Gillis Making Them at Night. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah. So
do you have them here?
Yeah, I'm here. So if you watch Shane Gillis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you know when he was talking about making the grilled cheese.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's like, where you have the cheese at, right? Mm-hmm. And he says he thinks he's making them at night. So we have an AR-15. Lower receiver that's like just the outline of it.
Oh, I saw that online.
With the third hole that's drilled like above the safety to make it full auto.
Right.
And it says making them at night.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Yeah, I need to load up on shirts before shot. Yeah. Actually. So, but that's cool. So new shirts. That's good.
New shirts. You can buy them online at sentrydef.com.
Oh, okay.
Everything's online, so we can ship them if you're not local, or if you are local, just select in-store pickup, and you can come and pick them up anytime you want to.
Okay. Cool. What's up with the grant? Is that happening this year?
Not this year. We're
applying this year, right?
Yeah. Expecting next year.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So that is, if you haven't been keeping up, that is the plans for the Sentry Defense expansion. So we're hoping that we can get that grant nailed down and make the range bigger, and
get another bay,
more guns, more fun, kind of thing. Right. So that's good. Cool. Anything else you think you want to announce right now?
Nope. I don't think anything else for this new
Sentry?
year.
Yeah. Manufacturing. Yep. We got to talk about manufacturing. So I know Austin's not here, but you know, big things planned for manufacturing. That's why we're going to SHOT. Really.
So we have a booth for manufacturing there, and we're going to be releasing another product. Very similar to the product we have now, but we're releasing a new one, and we'll have some demos over there. So y'all stay updated, and we'll have some video footage of that.
Yeah, very cool. So, and really, I think the plan, what Austin said last time, was just, fulfill orders, get more orders, fulfill orders. Yep. That's really, try to get in front of more OEMs to get more OEMs to buy into the concept, and
Yep. So hopefully,
take over the world.
We do have Daniel Defense and Maxim Defense and Lead and Steel and JP Rifles will all have our handles in their guns for SHOT Show. Mm-hmm. So if you are going to SHOT Show, go to those booths also, and you can check them out in guns. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. So hopefully we'll be working with them and having some specialty rifles that's set up with our handles in them.
That'd be cool.
We also have a few SWAT teams that's adopted it since maybe the last time we've talked.
Okay.
So Louisiana State Police and Louisiana Lafayette Sheriff Department have.
Nice.
So
nice.
that's it.
That's good news, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, all right, I guess one last thing that we can talk about and let everybody go. It's January, it's the new year. New Year's resolutions for gun people. What would be some good New Year's resolutions for people to make if you're looking to make a firearms related New Year's resolution?
So number one, in the new year, I always recommend people change out all their batteries in their optics.
Mm-hmm.
So your concealed carry guns, your home defense guns, all the guns that you use regularly or like have for personal protection, even if you've never picked up the gun that year, go and replace the batteries in those optics to make sure they're fresh and that you can depend your life on them. So if you haven't done that yet, please go and do that now. We should be making a post pretty soon. I have my photographer come and take a picture of some stuff. That way we can post it. Other than that, like for training stuff, I would say like set up either a round count or really like a time frame of how often you're going to get to the range. So if it's once a month, if it's once every other week or once a week, whatever you think that you should be doing, and then like obviously go up from what you're doing now, but try to get a little bit more training in there and then try to hold yourself to that standard, just like every other New Year's resolution. It could be a membership, so like buying a membership, say, hey, I have to be there now, like I have a membership, I can go anytime I want to. There's no excuses. Sometimes that helps people, right? Like we always hear like the gym membership thing where people's like, oh, I'm gonna go buy a gym membership. And then there's some people that don't use it, you know, like everybody laughs about that, but there's some people that if they buy that membership, they're like, okay, now I have to go.
You're committed.
Right? They have like hold themselves accountable for it. So if you're that type of person, like come and buy the membership, right? To where you come out and shoot at least once a month or once every week or whatever you plan on doing.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think the one thing I'll say, well, two things, right? So the one I already said, if you've never shot practical shooting in any sort of sport, whether it's USPSA, IDPA, 3-gun, go out and try that, okay? I think this year is the year. Let's, we are fortunate that that the election provided us an administration that seems to be safe and gun friendly. So now is the best time. We don't expect ammo prices to spike at all. We don't expect a lot of scarcity with this particular political climate. So I think if there was ever a time to start going down that road of practical shooting, at least to try it out, because I feel like practical shooting will help many shooters become more proficient with their guns, right? And I think that's only better for everybody, right? And I can tell the stories from before when I didn't used to feel super comfortable carrying my gun until I got into practical shooting, and then carrying with something loaded and holstered was not a thing to me that was foreign. It was something I did every week. Sometimes 3-4 times a week. So I was like, okay, may as well just do this all the time. It improved your gun handling skills, all of that stuff. So I think that's one thing. If it's not something you already do, you need to go out and at least try it. And I'd say not just once, go out and try 2 or 3 matches, get a good feel for it. Because the first match is always going to be, the wheels are always going to fall off somewhere, right? Get in there and try it a few times, and then after 2 or 3 times you'll know if this is for you or not, right?
One match that I went and shoot, I think it was end of November. Me and Blake went shoot the Shoot Sig match.
Oh yeah.
That was a great match. It was super fun. You can go and shoot it at any time of the day, so it's kind of like the Glock matches.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So you just show up. It's for 2 days, but you just show up and there's 5 different stages. I think you go and shoot. It's super easy. Everything's steel except for one stage. There's paper. So everybody likes to shoot steel. The targets are not super difficult, right? They're pretty close and everybody can kind of hit them. So it makes it super fun and easy and not super intimidating, because you don't have to worry about everybody's shooting it at this moment. You can go at your own time, shoot it, and then it's not super aggressive, I guess, in competitive world.
Okay, that's a great one. Yeah,
it's a great one to start out with, and you win guns. So if you place in the top, 1 or 2, then you get to win a gun. They give away hats, stickers, and stuff. And even if you don't have a gun, you can shoot I think you have to shoot a SIG, but if you don't have a SIG, you can go there. They have all those guns available, so you can shoot them there. Like you can show up with
Is there any rental fee or anything?
No rental fee for the gun. There is
Bring
like ammo.
Yeah.
Like you have to purchase the ammo from them, but other than that, and their animals like reasonably priced. Like it's not like crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
But they sell like accessories and things like magazines and stuff like that at the event. So if you want to buy like demo mags or whatever, they do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a pretty cool little match and something easy. Or a Glock match, like if you never shot a Glock match before, it's very similar.
Yeah.
So if you have a Glock pistol, go and shoot that match. Do something competitive. That way it gets you into it first, right? Those matches are great like a startup match.
Right. And the one thing I'll say is, when we say competition, you and I have been doing this for a while now. Don't let the word competition be intimidating to you, right? You're not competing with anybody else except yourself, right? And really, in a sense, when you're starting out, you're not really even competing against yourself. You're just going out there and trying out a new thing, right? And seeing if you like it, right? Yeah. Because it's not for everybody, but it's for a lot of people. And a lot of times when people come in, there are a few who have come and tried it and give it a good try, and they're like, "Hey, this isn't for me." Yeah. Perfect. At least you tried it. But I think that for by and large, people when they come out to whatever competition, you find the one that works for you. Yeah, right?
By far, because like it puts the gun in your hands more often, and it's something fun, right? So it's not like it doesn't feel like work having to go to the range and like practice on something all the time, right? Yeah. Like it's like, oh, this is fun, this is enjoyable, I like doing it, so it makes them shoot more, and then that makes their skill level go up, and they're more proficient with a gun.
Yeah, absolutely. So then the second thing I'll say from a New Year's resolution standpoint is when you go train, if you're planning out your monthly training regimen, however that looks, we'll just say it a month, pick a thing to get good, to focus on, right? To get good at, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's, your trigger press, whether it's your grip, whether it's something like that, right? Accuracy is such a weird one because it's like, oh, I'm going to work on my accuracy. There's so much stuff that goes into accuracy.
Yeah, there's a lot of fundamentals that deal with it. Right?
Correct. So pick like one thing, and if you need help picking one thing, then maybe what you should do is, get with somebody who's more experienced, and if you don't have anybody that's more experienced, get with an instructor.
Yep. Hire an instructor. That could be a 30-minute New Year's resolution. Like, hey, I'm gonna get 5 private lessons this year. Like I'm gonna make sure I get 5 private lessons this year and learn something, or go to 4 classes, or 2 classes, whatever amount of classes you want to go to. Right. That's a great thing to do. Another thing is like setting a drill and succeeding at that drill. So like dot torture. Like, hey, I want to shoot dot torture clean by the end of the year. Right. So that's your goal, right? Like, so you got to keep practicing that until you reach that goal.
Right.
I think that'd be a good one. Like the Frank Garcia's
dots. That's a kick in the face. Or the even just the bill drill, like do a 2-second bill drill or something like that from the draw.
2-second bill drill.
At 5 yards or something.
A blade drill, that's the same as your bill drill. Like, if you want to work on transitions, that's a great drill. If you have the room in your range, you can do blades. Well, I did it, remember here. So I set up a target with 3 index cards at like 3 yards.
Okay.
And it's the same thing as 3 targets at, I think, 7 yards at 1 yard apart.
Oh, okay.
So it's the same target array.
Cool.
Same thing. So you can do it inside the booth if you want to.
Okay.
But just like setting that up, like, hey, my transitions are not too great, so this year I want to make sure that my Blake drill is the same as my bill drill.
Right. So absolutely.
That could be your goal.
Yeah. So pick a thing. Train more. Get memberships, get training. The one thing, again, going back to plug practical shooting. If you get into it, the nice thing about the goal of having 4, 5, 6 personal training lessons is that a lot of times if you find somebody who you train with that's better than you, then that's kind of built in. If you're training regularly, then that person's giving you tips, and you're kind of not paying them. Yep. So unless you are, right? Yep. But in the absence of that, I think doing what's like a 30-minute session is probably if you're not, especially if you're not competing, you're just trying to get your accuracy down, your fundamentals down, and that kind of stuff. I think that's maybe doing 4 once a quarter, or each quarter you do 1, so 4 total in the year. So that gives you something. For 3 months, you're going to practice this thing, and then you go show up. So if you do 1 now in January, and then you schedule one for April, and then then July and whatever, right?
Yep.
So then each quarter you have something to practice, and then you can kind of build on that.
Just being around it, like a lot of my practical shooting competition success came from like Blake and Max, right? So like practice with them enough. Like two of my friends were world champions. Obviously, you're gonna get better if you keep practicing with them. So same thing. So find somebody that's better than you. Go to the range with them and hang out at the range and start shooting more. Start talking about it more. You're gonna get better at it. You're gonna focus more on it.
Absolutely. Yep. So. Absolutely. Well, I think that's it. Anything else you want to mention today before we call it quits?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you all. Stay tuned. We are on. We're going to be streaming again here on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Rumble. For right now, due to the limitations of our equipment, those are the 3 we can stream to at any given time. And if we can open it up to Facebook and Twitter, or not Twitter, TikTok and stuff like that, then we'll add those. But for right now, catch us there, particularly for lives. I'll take this recording and put it on Spotify too for our podcast listeners, so that if you didn't catch it during the live stream, we'll get it up there for people to listen to on the podcast form. I think we'll try to do this again next week too. I'll do a better job of advertising it than just 3 hours before.
Yeah. I'll try to advertise it on Sentry.
Yeah, for sure.
Page.
But maybe we'll do, if you're going to be around for next week's match, maybe we'll do it around then too.
So we can do that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.